Hi everybody, this is my baby Sky, and I'm just making a video because I have a dog who is very difficult sometimes. I was really concerned when I was pregnant how he would treat the baby and react to Sky, and I was really worried because he's growled at people, he's growled at kids, he's scared of kids, he's scared of people, and I was very worried. So I did a lot of research and I put a lot of effort into making sure that my dog was good to the baby and good with the baby, and I did a lot of reading. So I just thought that I would share everything that I learned and still continue to put into place to make sure that my dog is a good dog at home with my family. And so far it has been really good. So let me share with you guys in case any of you are worried about your pet or just want to make sure that your pet and your baby can become good friends. So the first thing that I read was when you're at the hospital and you just had your baby, you have to get a piece of clothing or something, a hat that is on the baby, and get someone to bring it home to the dog, and make sure when this person comes home they are saying the word baby and they're talking in a happy, calm, nice voice. Make sure the dog sniffs the hat and give him some treats. You're gonna need a lot of treats. So this is not a good time to put your dog on a diet. And also, a few weeks before you have your baby, I would recommend getting your dog to learn how to sniff on command, and definitely stop shaking paws, because that was a problem I had with my dog, because every time I get him to sniff my hand he would try to shake a paw, so that we had to break that habit. And now I get him to smell the baby. I can point to the baby or I put my hand by the baby and he smells the baby. So when you're introducing your dog to your baby, I would not introduce them inside, and just for safety reasons I would have the dog on a leash. It was winter here when I brought my baby home, so I didn't have to go outside, but we did it in the house here, which turned out fine. Get the dog to smell the baby's feet first, not the hands, not the face, the feet. And if he is unsure, if he's scared, if he's jumpy, if he growls, if he barks, do not punish him and do not force him to do anything that he doesn't want to do. The dog will eventually get curious and sniff the baby on his own, or sniff the baby's things on his own. When he does that, you give him a treat and you tell him that he's a good boy. You never punish him for growling at the baby or barking at the baby, because that will make him hate the baby even more, because he will connect that this baby makes his life worse. You have to make sure that when the baby's around, it's fun for your dog. So talk to him nicely. Don't yell at him. Make sure that it's happy time when the baby is around. And each time you feed your baby, you give him a treat too. Give him something to chew on. Let him know that he's a good dog. Reward good behavior all the time. If he is laying in the corner on his bed being a good boy, tell him that he's a good boy and give him a treat. And if he comes and smells the baby and is bugging you, this is something I also had trouble with, to get him out of my way, because you don't want a dog by your feet jumping up at you, whatever, when you have a baby in your hands. You don't want to be tripping over the dog and stuff like that. So sternly tell him to go. Go lay down. Don't yell at him, just tell him. And to get him to do this, if he doesn't know how to do this, you throw the treat at him after he goes and lays down. And in the meantime, if he knows how to go and lay down, you give him the treat, and now Dozer just goes straight to his bed with his treat, and he gets out of my way. And what else is there? Would also do a lot of things with the baby and the dog. If you can go for walks together, stuff like that. When the baby is sleeping or not around, I would try really hard to almost ignore your dog, because he will connect that when the baby is active, he gets a lot of attention too. When the baby is not there, nobody pays attention to him. So he will anticipate the baby being around, and he will be happy because he knows when the baby is awake and active, he gets a lot of attention. And this might be hard because obviously babies take a lot of time and attention, but just try your very best to really foster independence in your dog so he's not needy, and that he learns to love having the baby around. And as your dog gets better, I would do things, get the baby to pet him. I give the baby treats in her hand to hold and let him take them. And every time you're doing something with the baby, have some treats in your pocket, have some treats around, so he knows when you're doing stuff with the baby that he gets a treat. Also, every time, like I said, you catch him sniffing the baby, tell him he's a good boy. Just make him feel good for being a good boy, because he will really learn to love your little one. And also, what else? What else? I would just really remember not to yell at him if he does do something, especially growling or barking, because that is a warning. And if you give him heck for that, he won't give you a warning next time. I would never leave babies and dogs in the same room together, because they are animals and sometimes accidents happen, and it only takes that one time for something to happen. So no matter how much you trust your dog, no matter how great the dog is, I would still always use caution. And that's all I can say for now. That's all I can think of. So yeah. Hey Sky. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. And good luck, everybody. Just try to stay calm with your dog. Don't be nervous. It'll work out. Trust me.